I'm always like evaluating their pussy to see if my pussy will match on it correctly during tribbing. Because I don't like tribbing when it's like very obviously not matching
one
up.
vagina is on a thigh.
Yeah. I fucking hate that. So like I'm always kind of...
This is Sexy Funny Raw, where we talk all about the world of sex, from dating and relationships to the adult industry itself, answering all the questions you weren't even brave enough to ask Google.
What's up, guys? I'm Sylvia Sage. Welcome back to another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. I am joined in studio again with my very good friend, Serene Siren. Now, Serene, say hello to the people.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you again.
We had such a blast in our last episode, and this will be just the same, if not more fun, honestly.
Ooh, I can't wait.
I know, I can't
I don't know
wait.
what she's going to ask me.
So this time we are talking about what we think of doing porn and what we think during porn.
Okay.
We were kind of getting into this before we
a
started
little
the
bit, yeah.
show. So,
I'm like, wow.
okay. First question, easy question. How much do you love working in porn?
Oh, I fucking love it.
Same.
I really love it. It's empowering. It's freeing. I just really feel like a lady of liberty because it's
Just me and the Statue of Liberty out here.
And I'm just paving my own way and stomping on people when I want to. I really do love the creativity of it.
Same.
And I mean, I like being naked. So.
Same. I know porn gets such a bad rap, but I'm like, it changed my life for like every better possible.
Same.
For me.
I know that we've both been in that position before, counting change.
Yep.
Counting our pennies.
So much so.
Going to the laundromat with bags of laundry on our backs, you know. And
I was couch hopping for almost a year. Yeah. Living out of my car.
Not us anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very grateful for porn. And
Yeah.
still to this day, it never, I mean, I get tired, but the work itself,
Never gets old.
it never gets old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always new. Even if it's someone I've worked with before.
Yeah.
It's still something different every time.
I get excited to go to work.
Yeah.
I love it.
I still get a little nervous.
Do you really?
Yeah. And I just tell
That's
myself,
funny to me.
I only get nervous because I care. I care about the outcome. If I didn't give a fuck, then I wouldn't care. So I just like coach myself.
That's funny because one of the questions I was going to ask is like, how do you mentally prepare for a scene? But you get nervous.
I do. Yeah. Especially if it's a big script.
Oh, if it's like a lot of lines to memorize
Yeah.
or something like that.
Because
That's
I
fair.
want to be a good actress.
Same, yeah.
But also, I mean, a lot of these women are super gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh my God, you
So-
get nervous to work with the people?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
I
they're
don't get
like,
nervous about
oh my
that at all.
gosh, some of these girls are way out of my league. You know what I mean?
You're insane, first off.
I'm like, oh gosh, they're gonna, judge my purse, or they're gonna.
You
know.
think that?
Yeah, sometimes I do. So I get in my head a little bit, and sometimes I get lost in their eyes. And
See,
Yeah.
that's more along because I know you and I know that you are really into women. And so I know that you get lost in a sex scene. I've had sex with you. I know you get lost in a sex scene and you get really into it. And that's one of the things I truly love about you is although I know you want to be a good actor when it comes to like the verbiage and the words in the script, but like you are so good when it comes to it because you truly enjoy what you're doing. Like you truly enjoy being there and you're great at cunnilingus. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, girl, don't make me sweat.
Okay, from cutting linguist to a more serious question, and then
Okay.
we're gonna get right back into the funny. I promise.
Okay.
What does your friends and your family think of your career? Because we were talking about like how much we love it, how much it's changed our lives for the better. But does your family feel the same? How do they feel?
My sister started bawling her eyes out when I told her she's not exactly super happy about it. She was
Older or
really
younger?
Older.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I think she kind of blames herself a little bit
Aw.
because she used to tease me, you little lesbian, and all that stuff. And this is, I'd only dated guys up to this point.
She
She's
thinks
always
she made you lesbian?
She thinks she did. Yeah. Yeah. So she was, I told her in a restaurant, and she's just sitting there bawling her eyes out in the restaurant. And was really worried about my safety.
Yeah.
She just kept asking, how do you
That's a
stay
big one.
safe?
Yeah.
and really concerned about me.
But now, I mean, 8 years later, How's she feel?
Well, I didn't tell her until a few years ago.
Oh. Okay, 4 years
Yeah,
later.
yeah. She's never brought it back up again.
Wow.
But I've gone over to visit her after testing and stuff like that, and she'll ask me some questions about like the outside of the industry, like testing procedures and how I get there and that type of stuff, but has never asked for any sort of details. Yeah. My mom was also disappointed, but supportive.
Yeah.
And, she recognizes how much it's done for my family
Yeah.
and how independent I've become and that I can have a stay-at-home daddy because of this and have someone there for my kids all the time. And I'm only gone occasionally. I'm most of the time at home, and any other way I'd be working. I've worked lots and lots of jobs before, had great positions before where it's, 55 hours a week.
Yeah.
And you're still scrambling just to eat. So I think that to her, yes, it sucks. She even recently asked, how do I explain how you can have someone at home all the time? Because people have asked, what do you do? So I gave her a whole email of all these kind of like get arounds.
Yeah, that's sweet though.
Yeah, because I do other things. I flip real estate and do egg donations, and I have all these different eggs in different hats.
Yeah.
I think is eggs in different baskets. Yeah.
Well, you're putting your eggs in everybody's basket.
Yeah, exactly. So, she's at least supportive and always checks on me and stuff,
Good.
but she definitely worries. The traveling
That's
is
a parent in general,
worrisome.
though.
Yeah. At least she loves me enough to worry, right?
True. Very true.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of parents when their kids go into something like this is they worry about their safety. But if your family's anything like my family now, I've been in for 9 years, and now they see not only am I healthy, but I'm happy and I'm thriving. And for my family, at least, that's what they're like, okay, well, you know what? She's in a good place in every way, except for, we don't want her to do porn, like they don't want me to be there, because I think for them, it is explaining it to other people and stuff like that. It's hard.
Exactly.
It's hard.
It does kind of suck that she can't be proud of me, vocally proud of me. She tells me though that she's proud of me. So
and
at least
that
I
matters.
get that. That matters a lot.
That matters so much.
And it's still like
it
warms
pulls at
my
those
heart.
heartstrings.
Yeah. My dad pretends he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I've never
really?
had the conversation with him, but when I bought my house, he's like,
How'd you do this?
Yeah. And he just never asked me like
Details.
he never has asked me since I started this, what do you do for work?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
He very much does not want to know the answer.
Yeah. I know he knows
Okay.
type of thing,
Okay.
but he just does not want to bring it up, doesn't want to hear about it, which is crazy because my dad is one of the reasons why I started looking at ladies in the first place. He'd always be like, look at the legs on that one. Whoa, look at them titties.
So tell your sister it wasn't her.
Yeah,
it was your dad.
It was my dad. And I think he might secretly think that it's really fucking cool, even though he wanted me to be, because, I had a 4.0 GPA, graduated from college, all that stuff. And he wanted me to be a big CEO,
Right.
superstar.
You are a CEO. You own your own company.
I am, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I think he'd be super jealous if he saw these women that I get to enjoy. He's a ladies' man.
It's funny you say my dad. I think my dad is the exact same.
Yeah.
My dad is slightly proud, but I always say I always tell people it's not in a creepy way. I'm like, I think he's proud and like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know,
exactly.
like he was also a ladies' man. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think my dad thinks he could have been a porn star. He just missed his window.
Right,
So
right.
He's like, yeah, my
living
daughter's a porn
vicariously
star.
through
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. I don't mind it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, now here's the question that we kind of discussed before we started.
Okay.
What are you thinking about when you're filming?
A lot of things.
Yeah.
One, am I doing a good job?
Yeah.
That's the first one that pops into my head. Am I doing a good job? 2, is my pussy facing the camera? 3,
Important.
can they see my tongue?
Oh, yeah.
What is the camera seeing? these are all really obvious, but this is what goes through my head.
Yeah.
Trying to feel it.
Oh, trying to be like in the scene.
Yeah, instead of trying to be, I mean, I'm thinking all those things, but also remembering that I might not ever be with this girl ever again. I might not even see her ever again.
You are like the sweetest person in porn. It's so crazy.
So I'm, trying to live in the moment and enjoy it and savor it in a way.
Yeah.
And then also thinking there's always a timer.
Yes.
In my head.
That was a question.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. But that's good. That's what I'm getting to. Like, because you have to be in each position for so long.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the questions. Like, do you keep a running timer in your head of we've been in this position for 4 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever? Yeah.
So I taught yoga for a while, and that really gave me awareness of timing.
Yeah.
And like how long to hold each position and all that.
Oh, good.
So I've got a really accurate self timer, Yeah. So if it's a 45-minute long scene or if it's a 20-minute scene, I know how to either elongate it or shorten it. Mm-hmm. But also, how can I make this more creative?
Yeah.
Like checking their body weight. If they're bigger than me or littler than me, then I'll know which position to put them in next.
Smart.
Trying to see how I can make it different than the last scene or do something that no one's ever seen.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
And then I'm always like evaluating their pussy to see if my pussy will match on it correctly during tribbing. Because I don't like tribbing when it's like very obviously not matching
one
up.
Vagina is on a thigh.
Yeah. I fucking hate that. So like I'm always kind of, I don't know, like
tribbing
an
is the
architect.
scissoring, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Tribbing is the scissor with the legs and vagina to vagina. Yeah.
Pussy on pussy. So tribbing is short for tribideism, which means...
Oh, look, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it means to grind.
Oh, look at that.
So tribbing is grinding.
Thank you
pussy
for that.
on pussy.
Yeah.
And it just includes, because this is scissoring when the legs are straight, but tribbing is like when the knees are bent and you're like on top of one, or if you're in the missionary tribbing.
Look, I'm learning new things here. Yeah, I didn't even know that there was like a difference in those two things.
Yeah.
I hate my butt, so I'm always thinking about how my butt looks. Thank you.
Okay.
Or when my boob used to do that separation thing, I would think about the boob separation a lot.
I will think about, because I get ripples.
Yeah. Oh.
Right now I'm like a little bit heavier, so my titties look better. But when I'm like super real, like when I got my 6-pack and everything, my titties ripple more. So then I'll like kind of have one arm here.
But you're thinking about your faults, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay, these are the things that I don't like and I don't want them to look bad on camera.
Or, overarching to try and make your ass look better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good trick.
Sex
what about
at home is way different.
So much, and you can enjoy it so much more. You don't have to think about where a camera is.
Because the guy's only seeing one angle. He's not seeing every 360 surrounding.
Speaking of a 360 surrounding, do you watch your own movies?
I have, yes. I don't watch all of them, but especially when I was directing, I would.
Oh, yeah. You want to see your work.
Yeah, and see how to improve.
Yeah.
When I was in...
Oh, good.
Yeah, when I was in sports in the past, I would record them, like my routines.
Yeah.
To see where I was, bending my legs or not pointing my toes, or where I could get more momentum, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. And so when I watch my porn, it is usually, not always, but is usually me like, okay, so next time.
Taking notes.
45-degree angle towards the camera. Or like, she really liked when I sucked on her clit. So next time,
I love that.
And I kind of study it that way.
Do you masturbate to your own porn though?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Like there's some scenes that were just really fucking hot, or if the girl actually made me orgasm, I'll go back and watch them.
Same. If I have a really hot scene in my head, I'm like, let me find that one, because it was so fun to make. I want to rewatch it and live it. But I was very let down by one I searched the other day of mine.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think just because they really cut down the sex scene, like what they put,
the edits.
Yeah, what they put up, I was like,
that happened to me recently.
So
they
much
cut out
better.
like one of my favorite parts, and it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe the camera just never even saw it, but it seems like it was editing.
the hottest.
Yeah.
Oh, you think
like
it was the
seemed in
editing?
editing, yeah.
Fuck that editor.
Yeah, honestly.
It's the same person who
Do
put up those
better,
bad
editor.
photos.
Yeah. Different company, but same fucking editor.
Yeah, probably. This was the are you counting the time and position? But yes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely have to have that awareness.
Because some of them are. So sometimes it's 25 minutes of filming or 35 or 45 minutes of filming, or God forbid you have to do softcore for fucking 5 minutes.
Softcore is terrible. I
It really
hate that.
is. It's the worst.
Yeah, I recently had to do one of those, and it was in a super hot room,
Ugh.
and it was a threesome, and it just didn't make any sense because it's the complete opposite of what I enjoy, which is real sex. I'm always trying to like make contact.
Yeah.
The
The softcore, if you guys don't know, so basically it's kind of like a B-roll of porn, but when you're making it, you're not allowed to put anything in anything. Or if you do, like say if you, in my case, if they were to slide their penis into my vagina, you wouldn't be able to show that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to show any insertion.
You can't even show pussy. You can show breasts.
True.
But you can't show pussy or dick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's me like your leg humping.
Yeah,
and then
it
you're, like,
really is.
you just kind of like.
And they
holding-
usually do it after a scene.
Yeah, so
when
you're
you're
sweaty
tired.
and your makeup's already off.
Yeah.
It's all over the girl's legs.
Usually a sex scene is the very last thing you do. Like it's a sex scene and then they're like, all right, cut. Everybody like showers, everybody gets ready, you get your check and you go home. But if they yell for softcore, everyone, it's an audible like, oh my God.
Because there's like sex stills too.
Yeah.
So you've already been
lot.
doing a lot for a long time. But I get it. I mean, that's how they put it on Showtime and some of the other big companies. So I guess it
it's
does
fair.
give us some traffic occasionally, but
Yeah,
certainly
it's
not my
silly.
favorite.
It's not mine either.
Yeah.
How do you feel? We kind of addressed it a little bit before, but how do you feel? Because you've only recently gotten into mommy roles. How do you feel about the mommy roles?
Well, it's a love-hate
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Fair.
I mean, I think it would be different if I wasn't a mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want to be labeled that.
I'm not a mom and I'm labeled a mommy.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would feel differently about it. I guess it's such a huge part of my jobs. If I didn't do mommy roles, I wouldn't work nearly as much.
I would have never worked.
Yeah, so I've got to love it because it's definitely paid bills and brought me some amazing fans. But like we said, it just can get dicey.
Yeah.
You know?
I was talking with Romy Rain about it and I'm like, why can't we just be hot girls who
Yeah.
have sex? Hot women, you know?
I love it when it's like a massage scene or, like I'm a
Yes.
yoga instructor or, a
Or
doctor.
Heaven forbid we get a bed, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
I love that.
I love bed days.
Yeah, bed days are the best.
Sometimes even bed days aren't good though because you really can't utilize the bed a
Well,
whole
and
lot.
sometimes the beds are too soft.
Yeah.
And then you're just like sinking
sink.
in and you have to work harder to show anything.
It's almost more effort
Like
to
the
be in a
comforter
bed.
is eating your crotch instead of the other performer. So I get why couches and tables and stuff are used because you can see more, but a lot of bruised knees.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lower back pain.
But
That's for
I
sure.
mean, I like being mommy.
Yeah.
I like being called that. It's a good word. It's definitely something that I prefer that I am a MILF.
Yeah.
Because there are 20,000 babes or teens, but there's only like 200 MILFs.
Not even.
Yeah, not even.
I'd
Maybe
say
like
50.
50, yeah. Way better odds.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. When they put me like immediately into MILF, I was offended at first. And then like as I got into it, I was like, well, these are kind of the tops of the tops anyway. Like why wouldn't I want to be involved with these people?
Yeah,
You know? So
exactly.
I just like having my name next to these people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really all I want. Yeah.
Very true.
Okay, so we know how you feel before a scene and you're nervous, which is hilarious to me. How do you feel after a scene?
Accomplished?
That's fair.
Yeah, kind of like victorious. Like I get paid for this?
Yes. Yeah.
There's some days I'm like, man, I shouldn't even get paid. That was fucking amazing, you know? So I definitely get all the rushes of adrenaline. And I don't know, sometimes I go so hard in my scenes that the moment the scene stops, I feel all the sweat and I get cold. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but like all the endorphins like wear off and you're just like, I need a robe.
Are you one of the people who eats? Do you eat before or during a scene, or are you
I mean, it depends. It depends on how long until the sex scene.
Okay.
You know, like if it's still hours until the sex scene, then I'm going to eat. But I've had some mishaps where, well, usually it's with drinks like coffee and green tea lattes. I used to always do those in the morning. And then I would watch my scenes and even brushing. And I always brush my tongue before scenes.
Yeah.
But it'd be like a little green or a little brown. And like, you can never quite get the
off your tongue.
Yeah. So I've been a lot more careful with that lately and just sticking to water.
And
like,
your tongue is a big part of that movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So you got to keep it clean. And unfortunately, a lot of the foods that I like to eat have, onions or garlic in them. So I try to just wait until after.
For your partner.
Yeah, for my partner's sake.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
love to
kind.
kiss. I love to make out.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. And girl, there's a lot more of it.
Yeah.
So.
Recently started doing tongue sucking. That's
Okay.
fun.
I'm not against that.
Yeah, it's
no
pretty
nose
fun.
sucking though.
No. Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Who the fuck wants you to nose suck anyway?
I don't know. I got a new customer too that's asking for it, and I'm like, no, can we just not?
That's a weird fetish. I mean, I get it. Your nose is adorable, but I don't want to suck it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that with Whitney Wright. We had this like really intense scene where I had to be super dominant and fuck her in the ass, and no issues with that one.
Yeah.
And I like tore off my shirt and buttons went fucking flying everywhere. And then we had to spit in each other's faces, like straight up spit in each other's faces, like back and forth.
And then
I had to suck on her nose. So I was like,
at least it's your own spit. But
yeah,
still,
but it was,
it's mixed with
it's very
makeup and
salty.
everything
yeah,
else.
The makeup and I don't know.
That's a lot.
Not for me.
How do you feel about queefing? Are you terrified of it? Or you just let it roll?
It's natural.
Yeah.
It's definitely natural. And I put girls in pile driver a lot. So usually when
It's
they
gonna
come,
happen.
yeah, especially
Yeah.
because I do the tongue punch, so I get my tongue in there,
Yeah.
and then when they roll back down, there's most likely going to be a queef.
Yeah.
So I'm not against it. It's definitely natural. It's not something that I have a fetish for or anything, but I'm just kind of like, everyone always gets embarrassed when it happens, so I always give them like a little pat and tell them it's okay. It's all
fine.
good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Totally right.
Only once did someone fart in my face, and that was not fun.
That's a little different.
That wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I realized that I do not have a fart fetish. That's not my kink. I do not want any fart jars.
Oh, was
please,
it like
and
a
thank
stinky
you.
one too?
It was.
Oh no.
It was, and I just I literally kind of gagged.
I mean,
I
obviously
tried to
they
keep
didn't
going.
mean to.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I tried not to make them feel bad and just keep going, but it was like too much, so I literally had to cut.
No.
And it filled up the whole room.
Oh no, this poor girl.
Yeah, it wasn't very fun.
Oh,
but
I
we
feel
got back into it and everything was fine.
Oh God, what a way to kill the mood though. Thank God it
Yeah.
wasn't with a guy, because I don't know if he would have been able to get his dick hard again.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I was thinking a guy farting in my
farting.
face. I was like, that would be even
I was
worse.
thinking the
Yeah.
opposite
Yeah,
of like
no.
a girl farting on a guy and it ruining.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's natural. It'll happen, but it just happened to be that my nose is right there.
And your eyes, you could have got pink eye.
Oh gosh.
No, not good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about dirty talk? Are you good at it?
Oh, I love
You
dirty
bad
talk.
at it? You're good at it? You love it?
I love it.
You love receiving it or you love dishing it?
Both.
Okay.
But it's weird because I don't do much of it in my personal life.
Okay.
So I guess it's more of my performer
Yeah.
is more of a dirty talker.
Okay.
But
I almost feel
definitely
like you
it.
have to be as a performer. You have to
You have to be vocal. I'm not a big fan of what I call mantras when people are like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh fuck,
Yeah.
oh fuck, oh fuck.
Yes.
That is a turn off to me. I'm much
That's
rather.
something I'm constantly thinking in my head.
Okay.
Is like, don't repeat the same thing too much.
Yeah.
Like, get creative.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's why I like dirty talk, because it kind of fills that void where you
Yeah.
might be just saying, oh fuck, over and over again. And instead you're talking dirty.
Yeah.
And I always try to bring about the five senses. What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like? The whole sensory
I like that.
vibe, so that you can try and bring the viewer in to the experience.
That is so smart. I love that. I'm going to utilize
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
When I'm
bring the senses about.
Yeah, I'm not very good at dirty talk.
No?
It's so
That surprises me.
stressful to me. No, it stresses me out.
Okay.
I think because I'm thinking of so many other things. Like,
Okay.
I'm like, does my boob look weird? Do I look fat in this position? Does my
Right.
butt look weird? Like
Right.
all of the things I'm thinking about, and like dirty talk is like the last thing. And
That's
so I'm like,
down here on the list.
I know. Yeah, I'm like.
Have you ever had a scene where you were successful at dirty talking and you felt good about it?
I mean, yeah, and I've had lots of scenes where I'm like, I get through it, but I'm definitely, that's what's going on in my brain of like, say something different, be creative as to where when you're like, let's show them a position they've never seen. That's not me. I'm like, I will stick to the same 5 positions that we put in the Pretty Girls
and get this done.
Yeah, and get in and get out. But mine is always like say something creative and fun,
Okay.
But then I also like, just because of my personality, I think it's fun if I can make everybody laugh on set with something I've said sexually. So my mind also goes there of like, what's something that's gonna like make these people lose their minds when I say it,
I've had that happen before a couple times where the directors start laughing.
Yeah.
Usually it's during mommy's girls scenes. There's this one time I was like, you taste just like mommy's Thanksgiving dinner. And they all started cracking up, and I don't know. I can get kind of out there.
Yeah, I love it though. I think it's good. I think it's good to be creative.
I'll
5 senses. I'm writing that one down. That's a really good one.
I'll keep dirty talking just for you.
Yeah, thank you. And then send them to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a highlight reel of my best
Yes, that would be great.
moments.
That'd be great. Do you like getting dirty in a scene, whether that be like sweaty or like getting your hair a mess? Like, do you care if your lashes are falling off? Like, where are you in the pretty sex to dirty sex?
I'm definitely more of a mess.
You are.
I'm a hot mess. I sweat. I really get in there. I want them when they're sitting on my face to actually sit on my face, not hover above it. When we're in 69, I'm going to go to town.
Yeah.
There's been many times where like my makeup's on the girls' legs. But one of my favorite things, because I'm always used to being the one that gets dirty and sweaty and, kind of gnarled up, or, I'll leave the set and all I like
You
from
only
here
eyes down.
Yeah. All I have is eyes. But there's this one time when the girl was on top of me tribbing, and we had already done all sorts of different positions, and she's on top of me and she's riding she's getting fucking into it. And the director's like, your eyelash, because her eyelash started to like bounce around and it was about to fall off.
Yeah.
And I thought she was a pretty girl and would want to stop, go fix it.
Yeah.
Instead, she keeps humping me. She takes that eyelash, rips it fucking off and goes harder. I was like, oh, I love this girl. I was there for that.
I love that.
Yeah. What about you?
Yep, I'm the opposite.
Yeah,
I am the
you like to
girl.
keep it intact?
I like to be so pretty because for so many years when I was working all of the time, I would also go and do comedy right after.
Okay,
So
so
I
you
would
have to
go from
preserve
one
it.
place to another. So I'd always be like, no, I want my face,
Yeah.
And I don't mind redoing the makeup from the eyes down. I'm fine with that. But it's like when they want to like come all over my face, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to get it just on my face. You're going to get it in my hair.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be a nightmare. I'm going to
Yeah.
look a mess. Like, I like pretty sex.
Okay.
Like, especially in real life. Like, porn is a
Right.
little different because I'm getting paid to be dirty. And
Yeah.
so I can get into it. But real life, I'm like, I don't even want you to kiss me. I'm like, bend me over and
Yeah.
like, don't even look
You're
at
like,
me.
you don't know how long it took to do these
Yes.
lips. Don't fuck them up.
Nothing pisses me off more than like a guy will come over, like, say, we're dating, but like he'll come over and like pick me up before we go to dinner and he wants to fuck before dinner. I'm like, absolutely not. Do not. I have worked 2 hours
Yeah.
making this look beautiful.
Yeah.
You come in here and
Don't
start
give me
making
sex
out
hair.
with me. Right. I'm like, get away. No.
Yeah.
Bend me over. That's fine.
Yeah.
But don't you touch my
And
face
I'll
or
look
my
real
hair.
nice. You
Yeah. Yeah.
See me from
I just
here.
basically want to wipe my pussy and like continue on with the day.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've done all sorts of scenes, like squirting scenes, for instance.
You're just covered in
Kinsey
squirt.
Reeves just blasted me all over my face, and had to finish the scene like that. And
Just
take
swimming
a shower
in it.
after. Yeah, I actually did do one where it was three girls, including myself, in an inflatable pool. and it was a squirt competition.
Oh God.
And we were literally by the end of it, like swimming in squirt.
Oh God.
So that one was also pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. It was
I'm
hot,
gonna say,
but
I'm sure it was a great
Yeah, it was
scene.
really hot, but afterwards you're like, did I really just do that? How do I even get all of this off of me? I need to get like, your Q-tip in,
Yeah.
you're brushing, you're like.
What about like
Douching
Nuru
again.
scenes? Have you done Nuru scenes?
I
where
haven't
it's like,
done actual Nuru, but I've done, oil scenes for sure. I've
oil
heard
scenes are
terrible
the
things
worst.
about Nuru, though.
It is the worst.
Yeah, because it gets sticky, right?
It's everywhere. And
Yeah.
the thing is like, it's great for like, it gets sticky. So it's great for like a minute, 2 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes where it's like lube. And then you're just like,
yeah, no.
it's so
That's like the
awful. And you're
the-
covered in it.
That's like bad
Head to toe.
lube.
It's awful.
When it's good for a minute, and
Yes.
then as
And
you're
like,
stroking,
why are
it's
we?
like, oh
if
man,
nothing
I'm
is.
sticking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did do. I've done a couple oil wrestling scenes, but then I did Jello wrestling a couple times. One where it was actual Jello. That was
Sticky as hell, I bet.
It was actually kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
It was like soft. I don't know. I'm very sensory. I
Okay.
like textures and
Yeah.
fabrics and stuff. So I
Yeah.
was kind of into that. But then the second time, and this is actually the night that I ended up winning the AVN award,
nice.
but I had just done Jello wrestling with Candace Dare.
Oh God.
And it wasn't real Jello. It was like these Jello beads.
Okay.
And they were like this teal color. It dyed my hair.
No.
I was picking Jello beads out of my ears for like days.
Oh no.
And it was like in my nose. It was not cute. I did not enjoy that one.
bad timing
So-
also.
That director, because she books me for a lot of customs, that director has never used that again because that was just a nightmare.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like all up in your coochie and stuff. It's
no.
not cool.
No, absolutely not. Well, this is it. We
Hmm.
unfortunately are out of time. I know. I loved it. I told you we were gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I
it was
like
fun.
first off, I know you, I know your personality, and I'm like I always send guests like things to pick from of what they want to talk about. And you were basically like, yeah, fuck it, any of them.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's go. And I was like, all right, we're gonna make some fun
I was like,
shows.
no dating apps. That's the only thing. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about dating
Yeah,
apps.
I don't either. Yeah. I tried to get on Raya and they wouldn't take me.
Oh.
I know.
I have heard that they don't accept
They don't take porn girls.
sex workers. Yeah.
Because I was like, there's a makeup artist friend of mine who has like 2,000 followers and they put her on Raya. And I was like, come on now. I was like, I have millions of followers and I'm.
Well, they
whatever.
missed out.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. They're bad.
Yeah. All right. You guys, Serena's amazing. Tell the people where they can find you.
I am on OnlyFans as Serene Siren, Twitter and Instagram and YouTube as Serene Siren X. And I'm also on Loyal Fans as Serene Siren.
Oh, that's new. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to
Yeah.
look into it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Okay.
I really like their video store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much. And as always, if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, adios.